and Dean Regan. So were you with us last New Thought Tuesday? Because behind the scenes here at New Thought Tuesdays, our chaos was unfolding. Interestingly enough, the topic was called From Chaos to Harmony. And it was a great topic for us to work through. And it was very appropriate. But this week, so last week, we did not actually even do a New Thought Tuesdays. We're going to continue with that conversation, or that conversation that we would have had this week, about understanding chaos. In New Thought Ancient Wisdom, how do you understand this idea of chaos? And we're going to help you learn to identify and navigate the chaos, because at this point, at least one of us is becoming an expert in navigation of chaos. And because I've had a lot this last couple of weeks. So, and then we'll talk about New Thought principles, how to explore the powerful possibilities of harmony, even in chaos, and to find that spiritual order. And we'll talk about actionable, discoverable exercises that you can actually do. And we'll do that in our inner circle. So
there you go.
New Thought Tuesdays. Hey, Rich.
Chaos last week. I want to apologize to everybody for not being here. Dean ran into some situations where he had to leave. He couldn't do the broadcast, and I went to do it by myself, solo. Hello. And my mouse went dead. At that second, I went to click the button. So it was like a no-go. But now we're here talking about chaos. So I don't know. Would you consider that chaos, that this wasn't working at the time that?
Well, chaos is a point of view. It's a perspective. So when you're coming from the perspective of chaos, when you're coming from, there's some concern there, some fear, some doubt, some worry. And there's a lot of plates on sticks. There's a lot of activity going on. Sometimes you can experience a material sense of chaos. There's just many different things that don't seem to be connected happening at once, or happening against one another. Or you can come from a place of discord and disruption with whatever's going on in your mind. There can be chaos there, and in your environment there can be chaos there. Yeah. So this idea of how you can embrace a new perspective of chaos, because chaos can also be a marvelous creative initiant. It can ignite creativity. If you look at chaos as all of this, I've talked about chemicalization. If you talk about some chemicals, two inert chemicals that are coming together, they on their own, not much going on, but when they join together, all of a sudden there is bubbling and frothing, if you will, a frothing going on that creates something new that can come out in chaos.
Yeah, especially creatives in the entertainment business, when you're out there and there seems to be chaos on the set. Everything going on around you seems chaotic. It's not. It's really working in perfect harmony. And, I had a situation where once I was shooting, as an example, I was shooting Tom Petty, his music video, the one with Alice in Wonderland, huge set, lots of stuff, lots of activity going on. It was my first time. I was really nervous about it. I get in there with my camera, and to me, it was all chaos, everything. Oh my God, this is the first time on a huge set like this. And it was chaos, but for everybody there was harmony. Everybody was working together. And if I could step back and just take a look at it without being involved in it, I would have seen the harmony, everybody functioning perfectly, the lighting guy, the other camera operators, everybody's working to get this thing production done. And so my point is that what may seem to be chaotic is your perspective. And when you step back and look at it, there's, harmony in everything. There's harmony in the universe.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in the entertainment industry, there's this constant ebb and flow of creativity and competition and chaos. There seems to be a lot of chaos going on sometimes.
Yeah.
One day, I mean, Rich, this is what you were saying just the other day. This is kind of like one day you're the toast of Tinseltown, and then the next,
You're toast.
you're toast without a foundational spiritual order.
Yeah.
How is anyone going to navigate this kind of stuff?
Well, just by, harnessing the power of the mind, to recognize that there's a divine nature, a divine expression being expressed here in and as and through everything, amongst the chaos, like I said, there's heights of success. There's things unfolding in perfect order, and that's where I come from when I, using these spiritual principles that we teach on No Thought Tuesday, and I have in my Infinite Filmmaker teachings, Dean has in his Living in Concert with Life, is that everything is working for your highest good. Everything is working in harmony. And that's where I like to go with it.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay. So, okay, Rich, but we say, all right, there's constant flow going on. It may look like chaos, but there is a flow going on. So what we would call this is an appearance. We look toward the truth of our spiritual foundation, of our spiritual core, our spiritual creativity, that sense of love, of truth, of wisdom, of clarity, of wholeness. These are ideas that this godness, this goodness, this spirit, our philosophy, our belief is that this godness, this goodness, this spirit is everywhere present. And this human situation is not as solid as it appears. I mean, you can go to quantum physics, you can go to Einsteinian theory, that kind of thing on the human plane. In a spiritual plane, we're just saying that this is much more fluid and much more flexible, this experience. So it appears to be solid as a rock. It appears to be in one direction or another, let's say, as we're saying today, chaos. But it is not actually. And we simply need to acknowledge the appearance. I mean, if you want to go deep down, health issues can be an appearance of not wholeness. Relationship issues can be an appearance of a calling out for love, or a sense of an appearance of disconnection. We have to acknowledge the chaos that we're experiencing and reframe our perspective if we're coming at it from a chaotic place. Yes, sir.
Bingo, reframe it. Exactly. I like what you were saying, Dean, about it's an appearance. To me, it's like an illusion, the movie of your life. The everything you experience out there is just an illusion we created through our thoughts. How do you want to see it? I saw the situation on the set with, Tom Petty's shoot, that I saw chaos, whereas everybody else probably saw harmony. I could have stood back, like I said, and see it as harmony. Yeah. And so it's all depends upon your perspective. And also, metaphysically speaking, guys, that what you think about, you bring about. And so if you start to look at everything in your life as unfolding in perfect order, it's non-chaotic, it's harmony, then everything will become that, because that's what you're looking at. That's what you're experiencing in your life, and you get more of it. It's like a mirror reflecting back to you what you're thinking about, talking about, acting upon, having emotions about. And so how do you, Dean, shift your thoughts from, okay, so you're in this, have you ever been in a situation that was chaotic?
So here's what Richard is tipping his hat toward. So it was a chaotic week. We were just about to sit down on New Thought Tuesdays, and for lack of a better phrase, all heck broke loose here at our home, and there were things that needed to be addressed, and it was not anticipated. It was not appreciated. It was not wanted. And so the idea of, well, first off, I responded in love and in quiet, except for about 12 seconds, where my whole,
You lost it.
my mind is, but again, it was only about 12 seconds. I kind of hit the roof, but I also hit it very emotionally. There was a lot of gritting of teeth. And I quickly recognized, okay, well, Dean, you're spiritually one with the omnipresent force, even though the appearance is you're losing it. And I calmed myself into that, recognizing I had the spirit of love on my side. I knew what needed to be done. I could address the chaotic emergency situation. And in context of spirit, I could see it as a temporary state of affairs.
Yeah.
And the whole week, there was much unexpected stuff that went on. And I set my spiritual priority. I lifted my metaphorical feet, and I just went down the stream, recognizing I was navigating that stream. There were some things that my human intuition, my intuition told me that I needed to deal with in a specific way that was loving and graceful and also empowered. And all the while, I'm going down this kind of white water river raft of experience. And so even while I was doing that, it was consciously aligning thought. Consciously aligning. Now, the thing that I could have done is, so Dean, what was in your consciousness that you brought on all this chaos? Which is a very judgmental kind of thing that sometimes we do to each other, ourselves, and we do to each other. I love that question of, where is my consciousness right now? Where is my consciousness right now? I don't particularly appreciate where is your consciousness right now when someone is speaking with somebody else. I think it's a wonderful contemplation for us to be. It's like, okay, I'm on a whitewater river rafting ride. How did I get here? And how can I enjoy this? And ta-da, how is this happening for me?
Yeah. And it all boils down to choice, because, here's the thing, guys. Dean and I have been doing this work, the spiritual work, and for years. And as a result of that, it only lasts 10, 12 seconds getting out of, and then you bring yourself back in alignment. You choose to do that. You choose to go back to the principles, go back to the spiritual teachings, and recognize that everything is working in perfect order for you, and that there's a purpose for this in the universe. And so, the same thing happened to me, Dean. Last weekend, I was on a shoot. It was a big 60th birthday, 50 people at this woman's house. She was putting it on. She had all the food ready to go. And the two people that were supposed to take care of the kitchen and serve everything and cook everything, at half an hour before, called and said they couldn't make it. So I was like, I went, like you said, for the 12 seconds into, oh my God, what are you going to do, Margaret? And she's very calmly, because my friend is a very spiritual person. And she said, don't worry about it. I'm going to handle it. We'll handle it. There's 5 people here that help put this thing on. So there's more than just me, and we'll all chip in and do it. And I sat back and watched her just move through it without going to that 12 seconds of that I went to of, oh my God, what are you going to do? Let me call my daughter. She can come and help or whatever. Right. She just flowed right through it. And because she used her spiritual center, she connected to that divine within, that peace within, that harmony within, the joy within. And she really had a good time. She was out there serving food. She didn't get to talk to, her people one at a time, but she still enjoyed it. And so, my point is that it's choice. It's a matter of choice. Make a choice.
Yes. Yes. We make a choice, and we get to go with, especially in the entertainment industry, there are often rapid changes. You're going, or there's production changes, there's budgeting changes, there are artistic vision changes, there's these rapid changes that are going on. You've got the idea of, is this commercial enough or artistic enough? And there are so many people working so quickly that sense of chaos can really be apparent down on the ground. But as you rise up with your spiritual perspective, recognizing that this is a flow. I mean, think about when you've arrived out on some location shoot that was just a suburban street, and within a couple of hours, all of a sudden it is a movie set. And that comes from that sense of order, the idea of knowing where you want to go, having the tools to do it and accomplishing it. It's the very same thing in New Thought, Ancient Wisdom. Knowing where you want to go, where your divine desire is, having the tools of affirmation, prayer, meditation, reading and study, prayer, partnership,
Community,
right? Community, beloved community, having those tools and using the tools to move yourself in that direction.
Yeah. So anyways, I wanted to talk a little bit, Dean, about, metaphysically speaking, how is there harmony out there in the universe? It may seem chaotic, but everything seems to be working together. And so, one of the things I wanted to talk about was the law of attraction, that what you think about, your feelings with a positive intention, and then you attract a harmonious experience and circumstances, and then you reduce the chaos that's going on around you. And so can you, when there's chaos going on around you, how do you go within? To me, I do it through prayer. My 5-step process, recognizing that there's an infinite power and presence. It's working in and as and through me. It's peace, harmony, joy, unfolding in perfect order. And then I can take a look at everything with a whole different perspective, that this is all part of the universe putting together the movie of my life. When there's hurricanes and storms and things going on around you and the universe, yeah, there's destruction going on there, but yet, everything is working together. I mean, it's, you got the global warming that's causing this earth to shake things up and stuff like that, but it's all a reaction to something unfolding. A volcano erupts, and then the old erupts, and that's what's going on in our lives. The old things that aren't working for us will erupt. Things will seem chaotic. Things aren't going the way I want them to go. We're talking to one of our members last week, and as a filmmaker, he was saying that he's at a place right now where things are different, but yet he's still holding on to that, wanting to, he's a little older and wiser and, moving through in a different phase in his life. And so working with him, we were talking about that. It's like the volcano erupting, and then all of a sudden it settles down and new vegetation, new things grow out of that. What am I saying, Dean, here?
Exactly. Well, you're talking a bit, when I was talking earlier about the two inert chemicals that come together, that's kind of what that volcanic image is. You go to prayer. When it comes to chaos, because there's agitation involved, there's sometimes fear involved, I go to breathing, because I'm going to be breathing anyway. So I might as well go to my breath and bring that flow, that continuous, consciously allow that breathing to flow. And I can go from this chaos, I can allow calm to come in. And it's like after my 12-second, and it's like, what the hell, Dean? What's going on? I started doing what I needed to do, determined what my practice was. I started breathing. I was able to bring in a bit of calm. I was able to bring into possibility. Then from possibility to creativity, from creativity to collaboration with those people around me, from collaboration to infinite creativity. And that's why I use the breathing.
Yeah, breathing's good. I have this breathing exercise I do, and I'm going to share it with you guys out there right now. It's pausing in between breath. When you're breathing, you take a deep breath in, you hold it, for 5 seconds. Then you exhale. Hold it 5 seconds. Breathe in. Hold it 5 seconds. There's something that happens spiritually within when you do that. You connect. It allows you to connect with that calmness that's already there within you, with that peace that's already there within you, with that harmony that's already there within you. And so that was just something I wanted to share with you guys out there. We gave you a little
Thank
gift.
you. That whole breathing, that peace, that harmony, that bringing that into your awareness and embracing it, that tool of breathing, it's very similar to how our inner circle is, which we're about to go into. That inner circle, after we do this live stream, we've got folks here in the Zoom room, as we like to call it, our inner circle, where we will talk about how to put this into practice, the idea of identifying chaos, working with chaos, allowing chaos, finding creativity in chaos, asking the questions we need to ask, breathing, affirming, visualizing if we need, reading and study, and we bring that into the inner circle. If you want to be part of the inner circle, you're welcome to go to newthoughttuesdays.com. That's newthoughttuesdays.com, and click on Yes, I Want to Be Reminded. We'll send you the Zoom link the day before and a couple of hours before, and you can join us in on the conversation. This is becoming, in this time period where folks are looking for outlets for spiritual creativity.
Yeah.
This is what the inner circle is dedicated to, is being an outlet for spiritual creativity and spiritual growth.
Yeah. And it's free.
It's free.
So come join us. So we'll see you in a little bit. Anybody that signed up, when you sign up, go to newthoughttuesdays.com. There's a form there you can fill out. We just send you a reminder the day before and 1 hour before, just to let you know that we're going on. Don't forget, come and join us and become aware and enlightened. Okay. Ready to go? Okay. See you later. Bye.